What up, guys? It's Seth with SR Studio Sound. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about how to change the color of a template in MainStage 3. Um, this can be because you just want more color in your life. It can be because it's going to increase your functionality. For me, Sunday Keys is auto mapped to a Nano Control 2. Um, so the columns directly correlate with each channel strip in the template. So I often found where I would be trying to change maybe the grit on the organ. Um, you're having to always go to the end to count back one, or even worse, if you're trying to change maybe the tremolo or the shape, you have to go in and count over 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, by then you've done missed a chord changed. So it's a lot easier to know what control on the Nano Control, which sits right above my key bed, and I can look up directly at it and still maintain peripheral vision of what I'm playing, versus turning around and looking at the screen on my Mac. So let's dive in and see what I did. The first thing I did was change a lot of the colors around. If you don't know how to do that, you're going to jump over into the layout mode. This is a original Sunday Keys template. You're going to click on whatever you'd like to change, whether it be a background or an actual parameter control. We're going to change the background first. The way you do that is come over into the appearance, and you're going to change that panel. They have a lot of great stock MainStage panels. However, you can upload your own image uh, just by select the image and then obviously whatever file you'd like to use. You can put your own logo and stuff if you're making your own template. Can't stress it enough, don't put your logo, if you have one, in a template that's not yours. I know you're kind of making it your own, but you didn't create it. So that being said, let's jump back up just to the panel background and pick a color for the channel strip. I used the neon post-it strips to actually correlate between my Nano Control and MainStage. So one of the first colors I had was blue. So what you're going to do is, again, just click on what you want to change, the text up here that says piano, highlight it, and you're going to want to just change the color. Change that to blue, and we'll change this one to green. Alright, you can choose to have a frame or not have a frame. If I'm using colors, I usually don't use frames. The second thing you can do for color is, you don't have to, but you can, is change the individual knobs and buttons and faders by selecting it in layout mode and going down to appearance and changing the color. And you can do that, so on and so forth. You can do it to literally anything in the concert, to, whether you just want more color or if you have a color code on whatever controller you're using, you can always change that the way you'd like it. One of the next things I did is, I'm a key player that doesn't necessarily need to see the parameter or the value. You can see between the two templates that my output, extra, and tonic section have a little bit different knobs. Okay, the way I did this was I selected the knob. We'll use the output. I know that the output knob, simply because the giant word output underneath it, is going to be the overall output level for that concert. So I don't need to see the parameter or the value. When you choose not to have a parameter or value, it's automatically going to make that bigger. So what you can do is you can resize it to make it the same size it was, or you can leave it as large as it is. I left it as large as it resized it to, and I changed it over to a directional knob just to make it a little more 3D, add a little bit of, add another knob that's not already on there. You can do whatever your heart desires, whatever looks good to you. It doesn't matter. Again, you can change the color by going to the appearance and changing the color of the knob. The last thing I did was I put 2 extra backgrounds simply because I chose purple knobs, and the purple didn't really show up against the white background. So I went on and I put a another background in that was darker behind them. The way you do that is you select background from the select controls palette under panel controls or all controls, and you're going to drag that up and put it wherever you want to and resize it the way you'd like to. The last thing that I'll get into was requested that I change the keyboard layers to match the channel strips, where you can see the green piano is here, the pink electric piano, the blue synth, and then the yellow organ. And then the tonic level is down here, which you could, I guess, color coordinate with that if you wanted to. I didn't feel the need to, but the way you do this is instead of being in the layout mode, you're going to go to the edit mode. You're going to select the patch that you'd like to change, and then you're going to double click on whatever keyboard layer you'd like to change. We made our piano channel strip blue, so we'll do the same thing. Then select the same blue that we used for the channel strip. Same way, you're going to go up here and select on the second channel strip or keyboard layer as my computer loads. Go to the electric piano layer and change that to the neon green that we decided on. And that's how you change the color of the original keyboard layers. Alright guys, hopefully that answered any questions you have to changing anything around. If you want to change something, again, just go into layout mode, click on it, and then look over in your inspector, and it should give you any option you need. David did a great job of using text boxes instead of using parameter titles, so you don't really have to learn how to change parameter titles, which you would do in edit. It's a little bit more complicated process, but you can actually just go in and select the text literally anywhere on the keyboard and change the color of that if you would need to. Again, I'm just going to plug defaultsound.com. If you don't have Sunday Keys, definitely hop over check that out. If you do have Sunday Keys and don't have the second expansion pack, it just came out, I guess, the weekend before last. Super great expansion pack. It's really going to diversify your sound and add a lot more sound to your palette. If you have any questions, just shoot me a message on Facebook, and I'll do my best to help you out. Thanks for watching, guys.